Many of my followers on this platform have said this technique has changed their life, and that makes me very, very proud. If you hate the way foundation looks on you and you ever feel like it feels too heavy, but you still want to be impeccably covered and have perfect coverage, then let me introduce you to the priming the brush method, which is where you take a full coverage foundation, you smear it into a brush, you smush it into the brush, you prime it into the brush, because priming is not a product, it is a technique. Yes, brands have used the word priming to create products, which is valid also. But when you prime the brush with the product, that application becomes so much smoother, so much easier, and gives you flawless, impeccable coverage without the need of actually blending the product in. You just simply sweep it across the face until you have the coverage that you want, versus any of this shit. This takes longer, you use way more product than what you actually need, and you can also build this side by simply going in with more product from what's in the brush. The do's and don'ts of priming the brush are: don't prime the brush with a solid stick or solid concealer or solid foundation, because it's technically already primed. Don't apply foundation directly to the face. Use a palette or your hand. If your hands are clean, that is also considered a palette. And no, your skin is not drinking the product. It is just sitting there and ready for you to pick up some more when you're ready for more. The waste actually comes into play when I do something like what I just did. Now I have to move excess product out of my brush so that I can effectively blend this side of my face because I overused my product. I say this because there's a lot of like, this is a wasteful technique. It actually isn't. You're using less. Some more do's and don'ts are: don't apply what's on the brush first to any areas where you have fine lines or any deeper set wrinkles, because those areas getting the majority of the product on the brush first will mean the coverage is heaviest there, which means it will crease thicker, crease more obviously there. So instead, go to areas of the face that are quite flat and start applying the product there. Then with what's left in the brush, go to those areas where maybe you have some folds or some creases to minimize creasing. You should never really need to apply more than one pump of foundation for the entire face. You can go back to the hand where I first initially applied, pick up more product, and continue to build the foundation and the coverage level simply by picking up what's left on the hand, as well as using what's still in the brush. It's not evaporating when it's in the brush. You will be washing some of it out when you clean your brush, but that goes with anything. And a way to check how much product is still in the brush: smush it on your mouth, because your mouth becomes concealer lip. Then you know there's still product in the brush, and then just keep working. If your ears are pink and your hair is tied back, please do the ears. This is especially for brides. Oh, on the topic of brides, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. New York time, 3 p.m. British Standard Time, I'm going to be going live with Hannah, who is a creator on here who has been practicing their wedding makeup for you all to see. I'm going to go live with Hannah to answer any questions that they might have, and hopefully you will all join us. And just to round this out, the priming the brush method works really beautifully and probably works best with a foundation that is thin in consistency, watery, liquidy in consistency. So something that kind of has a bit of a drip to it that has full coverage. I would prime the brush with a skin tint, but I would probably just pick it up with the brush and then sweep it on and blend it on my face. What the priming the brush method is doing is just easing that coverage and helping that coverage get there more gradual, as opposed to overcommitting with too much product and having to blend it in. You kind of have to test the method with the brushes and the tools that you have, and with the foundations and skin tints and complexion products that you have, to see what's going to work for you. But this method does work, and it actually works for every product in your makeup bag. For example, I could apply some blush to my cheek. I can blend it and it'll blend just fine, but I've over applied and I didn't need that much. However, I can take a little bit of this blush stick to my hand, prime it into my brush, and have a much easier time of applying it and be more in control of how much I actually use. I had a video go viral on this technique that has amassed about 13,000 views, 500,000 saves. I garnered 177,000 new followers from that video. So 177,000 of you are not wrong. Give this a try, because it's worked for so many people, and I know it can work for so many more. I also just want to end this on, I'm using my concealer brush to blend in my blush because that's a little hack. I also want to end this on, I want to thank everybody so much who has tagged me in this content that you've been recreating on yourself and sort of doing, the priming the brush method. It's so sweet to know that I have impacted your makeup routine in this way, and that you're enjoying using this method. I'll see you in a bit. Also, this glow on my skin is this Josh Rosebrook Vital Balm Cream. It is linked in my bio in my skincare favorites. If you have dry skin, you will love it. If you have oily skin, you probably won't. It's very emollient and juicy. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Bye.